This is the ChoppedByT podcast, Brown Table Edition.
You getting money, ain't no changing. When you block me, I take that as entertainment. When I turn up, I know that's gonna make you angry. In my bed, so I'm feeling kinda dangerous. I'm so glad I got my own. Still getting money with the team.
Today, we have a special guest on, Chelsey Moore, the Chelsey Moore. How you feeling, Chelsey?
I'm feeling good.
Listen, I'm glad to have you on the podcast today.
Thank you.
I'm extremely happy because, you know, I was stalking your page. That's what I do. I stalk pages. And I was stalking your page and I looked at you and the first thing that popped into my mind is Black Girl Magic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I think that it spews like, so I looked at your little, highlights and everything. You got the travel, the fitness and everything. It just seemed like
Barely fitness, but yeah.
I mean, but it's there.
Yeah.
And it just seems like you enjoy life. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Listen, I love that about you. I love that about your aura. It gives me that warming Black girl energy, and I love it. Black woman energy, and I love it.
Thank you.
You know, I want a daughter. I was talking about that off camera. I want a daughter and everything, right? And I want my daughter to be like dark.
Yeah.
I want a dark daughter.
I like that.
I want her to be like kind of like I think a Kevin Hart daughter. She is just so beautiful to me.
She is.
Yeah.
Her skin complexion's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. But I see Black Girl Magic. Where does that come from?
So actually when I was younger, obviously a lot of people, light-skinned girls were kind of like the thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. Like I got bullied in high school a lot for just for being like darker. So like once I got out of high school, I kind of like had to like live with that. Like, okay, like I used to like want to be light skinned and everything. I was like, so once I got out of high school, I was able to kind of like find myself and be like, okay, like you need to like be comfortable in your own skin. So once I was able to get to that point, I'm just like flourishing. Everything comes after that. So you have to just love yourself no matter what skin complexion you are. And it's nothing against like lighter women, you know what I'm saying? Like society, like we couldn't help. Society just wanted, I feel like society at the time wanted lighter women. So now that, like you said, where's that come from? It just comes from like loving yourself.
Absolutely. I mean, and the reality is the Eurocentric ideas, like the Eurocentric standard of beauty that we placed on ourselves. That's all it is, you know, because there was a time when the thin lips and the small, slender body and the pale skin was the thing, right? That was the standard of beauty. But,
it's changed now.
Exactly.
Everybody wants a bigger body, bigger lips, hair, darker skin.
You like, yeah, bitch. I'm popping. I feel you.
A little bit.
Yeah, for real though.
Because it's like, dang, like now it's a thing. But I'm glad I loved myself before it became a thing.
That's so weird though. I always wanted to be, well, not always wanted to be, but I used to think of that myself, wanted to be light skinned. And I was talking to a young lady once, and she told me the exact same thing. She about our color, about as dark as she said the same thing, that she wanted to be light skinned. And of course, we know the reasoning behind it. We see lighter complected people everywhere. That's just,
people wanted them more.
Yeah, exactly. That's the quote unquote standard for beauty. So, what does it look like bullying with you?
So there was like a little nickname that I would get. I'd rather not mention.
Go ahead, get it to me. Go ahead. Come on now. It probably ain't nothing.
It was called like Zebra. I don't know where like they came up with it. To this day, I don't.
Okay.
But I would be like, I guess like lighter a lot. Like I was on the playground one time in school. I was like 5th or 4th grade, and there was these like guys, and they would be like, it's like half past skin because I was really dark. So I guess like I don't know. I guess they felt like I made them darker. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it would be that. It would be like Zebra, and Zebra was from like middle school all the way up to high school.
Yeah.
And now most of the guys that make fun of me are
Smoke
like
cigarettes.
No, they're like all in my DMs and everything.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like, dang, you made fun of me then. But it was stuff like that. It would be like, oh, you're dark, you can't be with us, or like guys they just did not want darker girls. I don't know why, or like back then. I can say back then.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. I take it back to when I first came to MTSU, right?
Yeah.
I first got here, and I was on the bus, and it was a group of guys, and, they shall remain nameless. But a lot of people from MTSU around the time know these guys, and they were saying, man, I want a light-skinned woman. And I was man, I only do light skins. That was the whole thing on the bus. And it was a darker woman sitting beside me, and, me, the guy who always got to say today and be that type of guy, I looked at him and I said, y'all niggas sound gay as hell. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, what are you doing? And they kind of like look like shocked. But it's like, I don't get it. You know, you sound like a slave to media and to society. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair to you. I don't think it's fair to them. You know, and these guys are darker than me, some of them.
That's the ones that be. I'm like, is your mama not the same color as you? Yeah.
You know what it is. They didn't love their mama. They didn't have good moms. That's what it is.
Clearly.
But we talked about our camera as well, you being a dental assistant, a traveling dental assistant. How was that?
It's good. I've been a dental assistant for 5 years, but I've been traveling only for 2 years. And I definitely like traveling a lot more.
Travel like where?
So just in Tennessee.
Oh, okay,
Every time I say that, people look at me like, what?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, I only stay in Tennessee. So I go as far as like Knoxville, Chattanooga, Clarksville, and then everywhere in between, like Middle Tennessee. So like Hendersonville, Gallatin, all around Nashville, Murfreesboro, Smyrna, like stuff like that. So it's never, every time I say travel, people be like, what? I'm like, no, I don't go out of state. Calm down. Like, I don't think that's a thing yet for assistants. I know nurses do it, but it's not a thing for assistants.
Yeah, I never even heard of that's not that common either.
No, it's not.
So what is that experience like, just traveling?
It could be a headache because it puts a lot of like miles on my car. And then luckily I don't have like a kid or like a family because I would not really see them. I'm gone like 10, 12 hours a day. So I'm up like 5 in the morning. I don't get home till like 5 at night, or maybe 6, 7 at night. So, I mean, other than that, it's great. I love my doctors. We do a bunch of very disgusting surgeries all day. Now. So, I mean, it's not that bad.
So, like, how often do you work? How many days a week?
Every Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, really, like, social life? What is the social life like? Like, I mean, it's 12 hours.
So I always say this. I always say, if anybody sees me out like drinking on the weekend, like mind your business, because during the week I am like I'm working my ass off like 10, 12 hours a day, like because I have to get up at 5. Normally my drive is about an hour. It could be 2 hours a day. So I feel like my social life is great. I try to go out almost every weekend.
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't, but sometimes I do. I like to travel a lot.
Yeah, and that's another thing, like we talked about, like you travel. Like, what is the significance of travel? Because I never went nowhere for real.
Really?
Yeah, I don't go places.
Wow.
I don't know. Like, listen, this is the thing. I spent so much of my life trying to dig myself out of, you know, the life that was given to me, if that makes sense. So it's like,
yeah, that makes sense.
You know, it's like, all right, we come from not from enough, but not as much as I would like. So my whole relationship with money was weird. You know what I mean? So it's like, I come out, it's money. I gotta get money. I gotta grind. You look up and you're 22 and you never went anywhere. And it's like, damn, I really never been anywhere. I spent all of my life working. Fun to me has been around friends and socializing.
Right.
But I did get a chance to go to California, for my birthday.
California's fun.
Yeah, it was cool. I like Cali. I was high as shit the whole time. I'll be honest.
I forgot weed's legal out there.
Yeah, I was high the whole time. I'll be honest. Like I ain't really even get to enjoy myself.
You didn't get to enjoy yourself?
I was so high. I was too high. Because I wasn't used to that weed. Like, it fucked me up.
Really?
Yeah. But traveling, though. So, you travel. What's the significance of traveling to you?
To me, I just feel like you have to live life. Because, like you said, you looked up one day and you were 22.
Yeah.
And 25 is very young, but I feel like it's at that age where you're cracking down. Like, you know, you're only going to get older at that point. So it's very important to me. I just feel like you have to live life. Wherever you want to go, wherever that may be, just go. Because I was telling myself last year, like, I mean, I'm not rich or anything, but I'm very comfortable to where I feel like I took myself on 4 trips last year because I wanted to. I had a birthday trip, and there was one where I just went somewhere with my friend. We went to Seattle.
I seen that on your story when I was stalking your shit. I seen that.
I went to Miami again, and then I went to Houston, Texas. And me and my friend were like, let's just go. Like, whether it's for like a weekend, like, you know, people think you need all this money for trips. You really don't. You just need the flight, somewhere to stay, and you can figure out the rest, honestly.
Yeah. I heard that it was a guy, I don't know, it's one of those Israelite type of guys who, you know, the white man is the devil type of thing, one of them type of people. He said that traveling is a key in regards to like your growth as a human being.
It really is.
And I forget the details of how he explained it, but it was pretty much just like he pretty much said that when you go to certain places, you gain a new. It's a part of gaining a new perspective. So you gain new perspectives, you gain new understanding of life, and once you go to all the places, you get a complete understanding of life as a whole in the world.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would really, really agree with that.
Yeah.
My birthday trip pretty much changed my life, and it was just Vegas, which is a party place, I feel like. But when I was there, I've never felt like high, not like influence, but I've never felt like I've never felt that high in life.
No
I was
influence?
just like, no.
Okay. Oh, dental assistant. Oh shit.
Oh, I don't like it.
I mean, yeah.
I drink, but I don't smoke at all.
Yeah. Never.
But I've tried it.
Okay.
But it's not for me.
Yeah.
It's definitely not for me.
Me either. I figured that out in LA.
Well, maybe that weed isn't for you.
Yeah, maybe. I was just looking at myself.
You said it was different.
I just looked in the mirror like, what are you doing? You look stupid. You look stupid. You over here worried about your son. You thinking about potty training him. You should be enjoying yourself. This is dumb shit. Like, what am I doing here?
So you didn't do anything out there?
I did, but it was like very slow.
Really?
Yeah, it was all slow.
Dang,
when I
you
go
should
back,
have went hiking to the Hollywood sign. I went to do that.
That's what they told me to go do.
Very refreshing.
I'm gonna be honest. With all the marijuana that I consume, hiking was not an option.
No, probably not.
It was not an option.
Probably not.
Like,
probably would have thought you were like on a cliff or something.
Yeah, nah, for real.
And that's not a normal hike. Yeah. Hiking to that place.
So Vegas, what did you do in Vegas?
So I went with my aunt, who's 30. I feel like I always have to say that because people think aunt, they're thinking like, how old is she? My aunt's a lot younger. So what did we do? We got there. She's been there before, so she took me to a lot of places. So we went and got like a random tattoo at this place.
Okay.
Which I know I have tattoos, but I was just like, I don't know, like getting a tattoo in another state. I was like, nah. So I got a tattoo just randomly. I was like, let's just go get a tattoo. She got me like really, really drunk. We went to, I cannot think of the place. I cannot think of it. It's like a very well-known place. Not the Strip, but I don't know. But basically, the little skyline thing.
I got you. I heard that. Yeah.
We did that, and then we also did like regular stuff you do on like a trip. I did a lot of sightseeing, which I like to do on trips because I always forget when you go out of town, like people live at these places. Like people have everyday jobs, like, and I'm just out here just living life. Like what? So I gambled a lot. I didn't win any money.
Okay.
I was really upset about that, but it was mostly fun because like I didn't care. I don't know. I was really, really excited to turn 25 for some reason. Yeah.
Now 25 is a huge milestone for some reason. It is. Especially for men. You know, for the most part, we pretty much get our lives together at 25. I think some of us. I don't know. Okay.
Some of y'all do.
Speaking of you being engaged.
I'm not engaged.
Or used to be you were engaged. Like, tell me about that.
So he was like a high school sweetheart.
Okay.
So, we just got engaged. It was nothing
beautiful.
No, it wasn't nothing.
I mean, in the beginning, like
it was great in the beginning because I was like maybe 18 or 19 when we started dating. So I was like a little baby. But we lived together when we got engaged, and I felt like we only got engaged just to keep the relationship. Despite all the stuff he did, I literally woke up one day and I was just like, I'm not happy. Like, so I went to my sister's house. I was like applying for apartments and stuff, and I left. And he was really upset with me, but I was just like, if we would have gotten married, I really would have just been mentally fucked.
Yeah.
So I realized, and I was only 23 maybe. Yeah, 23.
That's young. So
I was just like, do I really? Now I'm looking back now, like I really would have been like fucked. Like I don't feel like when you're married you're stuck, but when you have a feeling when it's not right, you need to go. Yeah. I got lucky because most women stay in that.
Stay. Yeah.
And I was like, hell no.
23 is young. Doesn't that seem so long ago though? You just 25 now. It was only 2 years ago.
I've grown so much, honestly.
Right?
Every time my friend actually asked me that, she was like, could you imagine like you would have been married? I'm like, I know. Yeah. Like everything I've done the past 2 years wouldn't have happened.
Those years, like the 21 to 23, you look at it and you 23, like, man, look at them 21-year-olds over there looking stupid. And you 25 and you like, look at them 23-year-olds or 21.
I do that, and it's crazy because it's only a 2-year difference.
It's only a 2-year difference,
but a lot can happen in 2 years.
And listen, so
I
much. I
was like, shit.
Yeah, from 25 to 26, I had a kid. And complete change, like everything. So much of a different outlook on life. So much can change in that time. And,
I agree.
And, it definitely, I think that those moments in your life define the rest of your life as well. And it's probably a good thing you didn't get married.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I honestly think about it every day. I'm like, thank God. Like, thank you. Because he just wasn't the one for me.
Not your person?
No.
Do you feel, how's your dating life now?
It's okay.
We're going to get back to that marriage, too. The engagement, too. I ain't finished with that one. But.
Well, you can bring it back up. Like, what do you want to know?
We'll bring it back. We're gonna bring it back. But I just want to know about dating now. How is that for you?
It's okay. Like,
okay.
I'm not out here just like, oh, I need to find me a man. Like,
yeah.
you know, it's just like if somebody comes, great. Because I have had a lot of failed attempts at relationships. I'm just like, nah, this ain't it. Yeah. And I feel like leaving that engagement helps me now because there's so much I didn't realize now. Like, I don't take any BS from anybody. Yeah, for sure. So once I have a really bad habit of like, once I feel like you do something that turns me off or like rubs me the wrong way, I just cut you off. Yeah. I gotta grow about that. It's a little immature, but
no, there's nothing wrong with that.
I get told that it's immature though. Like my friends like, you just cut them off. I'm like, yeah. Like,
how old are your friends?
They're my age.
Yeah, so they don't count. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, it's the truth because something that I learned is, and, you know, not to discredit your friends, I'm pretty sure they're extremely intelligent, but something that I learned is, like, getting advice from people that are your peers is pointless. True. You know, you my peer. You going through the same shit I'm going through, if not more.
So most of their advice comes from their own, like.
Exactly.
You know.
It doesn't come from time and experience. It comes from your own bullshit that you living through in the moment. You have to go to the elders or people that have wisdom and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, no BS. There's nothing wrong with that, though. There's nothing wrong with seeing, like, no, this is something that I'm not about to tolerate. And no, right? Yeah. I bet you get called the angry black woman for that, too, a lot, too.
No, I get called, like, really heartless and, like, just stuff like that. Yeah. But I'm just, like, I've been through, like, a lot of shit. So now I'm, like, I'm not dealing with it.
You hard on niggas.
I can't be. I can't be.
What have you been through, though?
I've been through damn near dying, having surgeries and stuff like that. Lost a baby. Cheated on, like, the guy I was engaged to had a girl in our apartment. And I didn't know about it. I was in the hospital at the time. Yeah. So I just been through a lot. So it's just like, yeah, I'm done. I've been through, like, I've been ghosted. I mean, I feel like I've done ghosting, too. So I feel like that's not that bad. I feel like everybody is going to ghost somebody.
So you deserved it, kind of, when you got it.
Yeah. I guess.
That's not fair. Ghosting.
It's not. I've ghosted people. So when it happened to me, I'm like, you know what? You can't even be mad, girl, because that one dude you ghosted 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I've been through a lot. But I don't let it define me, though. Like,
absolutely.
Like, my whole life is on my own podcast. So, like, I tell my friend, like, if you didn't know me, you would not think the shit I've gone through. Because I don't wear my heart on my sleeve. Yeah. And I also don't let that, like, dictate who I am today. Because it's just, like, for what? Like, everybody has a sob story.
Yeah, I'm jealous of that. Because I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Do you
can
really?
See my shit from a mile away.
Really?
Yeah, you can see it from me. Like, look at this nigga. In his
Sometimes
feelings.
I wish I was more emotional. I'm just not an emotional person.
Yeah, I used to not be that way. But you seen it even at the live show. I'm just sitting on stage crying and shit. Like, I couldn't hold it. My mama, that's my soft spot.
But, well, I honestly I wanted to cry for you because that's different.
Yeah.
It's funny because my friend that was with me, her mom is in her 60s too, and we were talking about it when we left. She was like, I didn't even like realize. She was like, you know, I'm trying to like. She feels like she has to like rush to get her life together because she's only 25.
Absolutely.
She has older sisters who, she has an 18-year-old niece.
Yeah.
So she's
just like me.
Yeah.
That's
she's
exactly
just like. Fuck, so I think that hit her too. So it was very like wow.
Listen, we should have on the show. Me and her can cry. We can do a brown table talk too because I'm gonna tell you.
She wears her heart on her sleeve. She'll definitely cry with you.
Listen, like you know, you go through. You just and I do definitely want to get back to unpacking all the stuff that you said earlier. But like you go through this shit, right? In these this thing in your mind where I gotta get rich, I gotta do this. That was the motivation behind the money thing too, as well. It's like I have to go hard. So I can she can see me be the person that she always raised me to be or wanted me to be.
Right. You
know, and that's the dynamic of it. And it gets tough. I won't lie. Like, it's a tough thing. But, you know, it's something we have to deal with. But I want to go back, though. You said you were in the hospital. Why you got?
Yes. Okay. So I don't know if you're familiar with, like, female organs, but I had an ovarian cyst.
Oh, it's not.
So when they rupture, it can be very, very dangerous. So it ruptured. And I was very, very early in my pregnancy. So when I say it, I feel bad, but it's like there are some women that go very far along. Exactly. Mm-hmm. So it ruptured, and basically I was bleeding internally, which I didn't know. Mm-hmm. So we had to rush to the hospital. They had no idea what was going on. They just thought it was like cramping, and I'm like, no, look, like I'm grown, like I know what cramping is. This is not cramping. So long story short, I had to get like an emergency surgery, and she basically told me like, honey, it's either you or this fetus. And I'm just like, so I told my boyfriend at the time, my fiance at the time, I was like, can you call my mom? Cause like, I don't know what to do. Like I am stuck. I need a woman here. Cause my mom hasn't been through, but my mom has 5 kids. So like she knows. And she came and she convinced, she was like, you have to get this. Cause when you bleed internally, you can die.
For sure.
Which I didn't know that. I didn't know how severe that was. So I was just like, fuck. I was like, oh my God. So it was literally a decision I had to make. Like I had to sign everything and like get everything. So basically when she went in, she just saw like I was bleeding internally. So the cyst I had on my ovary just ruptured and that caused the miscarriage. So I was just like, I was maybe 7 weeks. So that kind of put me in like a deep, deep depression. Yeah. I was just like, what is life right now? Like, fuck. And then when I remember telling him I was pregnant, he was like, I don't want it. Like, get rid of it. And I'm just like, okay. And the way I was raised, I don't believe in abortion. I'm not against people who do, but I don't believe in it.
Same here.
My mom could have aborted all 5 of us, and she chose not to. So I just feel like, I'll do it on my own. I'll figure it out. Yeah. So, that was it. I ended up going to therapy because it helped a lot with the loss and everything. And what didn't help was I had, like, sisters, and I had, like, coworkers who were all pregnant. So just imagine me going to work, and I'm just seeing all these bellies knowing I'll never have one. And I was like, this is just not something I can cope with. But I ended up working through it. Yeah.
Did you ever feel like because the thing about us as men, and we so fucked up. First of all, when we talk about stuff like that, it make my nipples hurt. I don't know why, but it make my nipples hurt. It's been like this forever too. Like
that's funny.
When I see like abortions and stuff, even the word abortion, I think about it make my nipples hurt. Like, so I don't know why. Okay. Like for real, like I haven't heard that's one. Weird though, right?
It's very weird.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God. You see, I don't know if you seen me do this when you said it. I was
no, I didn't.
But we so fucked up. Like you do this irresponsible thing by having like unprotected sex or whatever, not taking the precautions, and then you just say, I don't want it. Like that shit sucks.
Like you knew the possibilities when you don't protect yourself. So it's just like, oh, okay. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm very headstrong. Not a lot of stuff gets to me. Yeah. So when he said that, I was just like, okay, like I'll figure it out on my own. But once I was at therapy, all those feelings and emotions just were like unleashed. Yeah. So it was really bad. Yeah. But it's been a full 2 years since all that happened. Okay. It was right before the pandemic started. Gotcha. Literally like December 2019. So.
And something else that's fucked up and that you mentioned, the doctor, right? They were about, like, you could have died from that, first of all. You said that, but the doctor was willing, it's just cramps, just to, like, brush you out.
No, it wasn't the doctor, my fault. It was the little people up front when you walk into the ER.
Gotcha. It's like, idiots.
Like, fucking receptionists. And I'm just like...
Yeah.
And that really kind of made my mom really pissed off because, 12 hours later, I'm walking out, I'm just getting pushed out in a wheelchair. And y'all told me it was just cramps. So that really was just like, and that was just the hospital. But the doctor, oh God, like she was amazing. I did not want to make that choice. And I was just like, fuck.
Black lady?
She was white, actually.
Oh, fuck. She was white. That's what made this story so much better. She was
white. But like, and I've heard a lot of people say you should get black doctors, but like she saved my life.
For sure.
So I was like.
White doctors are good too.
They are. They are. There's some bad black doctors out there.
Yeah, it is. One of them, well, I don't want to say that. Yeah. I seen one when my baby was coming out. He got the snipping. I'm like, you motherfucker! Why would you do that? Why would you snip that thing that later I'm gonna have to enter? Why would you cut that up like that? You making me have to deal with a lot of unnecessary.
So funny.
Seriously, you making me have to deal with a lot of unnecessary shit now.
But sometimes they have to do that.
Listen, my son, you see my head. That boy has a huge noggin. So I understood, but I'm like, just. If it go in a little bit because it's too tight, that's all right, Like, nah, I'm joking. He did what he had to do. But
you really need to be a comedian.
He was reckless, though. He just went in, no thought.
Wow.
He's a black dude, too. Horrible doctor.
Was he old?
Hate him. I don't know. He's middle age. Shit, I hate him.
Because doctors with experience, they just do that shit with their eyes closed.
Yeah, he just, all right, come on. And the mama, she was like, what? I said,
oh my God.
He just cut you the fuck up, man. I ain't gonna lie, I'm finna faint. I'm sick. He just cut you up. But it is what it is, though. But I'm glad they took the precautions, because a lot of black women don't get that. You know, they don't get that in that way. And even them at the front desk just missing you. It starts there.
I was so pissed. I was like, I'm gonna leave a bad review.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. It's like a chain reaction. It's like at the desk you get it. In the back, sometimes you get it. Luckily, you didn't. You know, when you say I'm hurting, this happens, that you know what I mean. So it's like it's fucked up. You know, and I don't like it. That's why whenever I'm at the doctor, even with any of my the women in my life, whether it's family or whatever, I don't. Yeah. That shit, I gotta stay on their ass about it though. I'm not letting them. Because
it could cost you your life. A bad doctor could cost you your life.
For sure, absolutely, and over bleeding. At that.
Yeah.
But also, all right, you said that while you were in the hospital, you got cheated on. We got to go back to that, because here on the ChoppedByT.
So, in January.
And one thing. You talk about all this on your podcast, which is called
The Authenticity Room.
The Authenticity Room.
Yes.
We're going to say that a couple more times. Authenticity Room.
But back in January. What'd you say?
They got to go watch that, the podcast.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So back in January of 2020, I had some random girl message me on Facebook, and I was just like, who is this? I was at my friend's house, and she was like, are you so-and-so's girlfriend? And I'm like, yeah, like what the fuck now? Like, shit. And she was like, well, we were, I just want to let you know, I didn't know he had a girlfriend, and like me and him had sex. And I'm just like, okay. Like, because at this point I was already just mentally done, but she was able to, she told me that they were in our apartment, and I didn't believe her. Like, I know how females are. Yeah. Females can lie. So I was like, But she was able to describe our apartment to a T. Yeah. There's no way this girl knows what my apartment looked like.
She a legend.
And I was like, when did this happen? And she gave me the dates, and those are the dates that I was in the hospital. So I was like, huh. And my surgery, I don't know how long it was. I don't even remember. But you know how people will go home and shower or whatever. I'm guessing that's when it happened. Yeah. And because my mom had told him, go home and shower. I'll stay here. Because he was there with me from the time we went in. So she wanted him to, we lived down the street. So she wanted him to go home and shower and then come back. Go eat or something like that. So I'm guessing it was around that time. I'm honestly guessing that's when it was.
I got a question about that. But before I ask you, let me guess your horoscope real quick. Real quick. You believe in that? Demo hate that type
I do.
Of stuff.
No, I believe in it.
Demo hate people that are spiritual, and he also hate people who believe in horoscopes. That's a fact.
I believe in horoscopes so much.
Yeah.
But they're just fun, though. I think they're 60% true.
Yeah, I got you. I'm with you. Hey, listen, I believe it. So.
This is interesting. I want to know what you're going to say.
Can I get two options?
Sure.
All right. Libra.
No.
Taurus.
I'm a Taurus.
Yeah.
What made you guess that?
Because I just know y'all ass from a mile away. I ain't gonna lie. The mother of my child is a Taurus.
Taurus. I'm a
my
proud
mother
Taurus.
is a Taurus.
Really?
Yes. And the mother of my child.
I'm a proud Taurus.
The mother of my child was born May 12th, and my mom was born May 13th.
Oh, mine's May 9th.
Really? Yeah. Y'all get on my nerves.
Taurus women are...
I almost want to ask you to leave.
Well, all right.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Get out.
It's just no, I'm going to tell you why, though. You want to know how I guess? Just that energy of yours.
What energy?
Nonchalant. Y'all don't give a fuck about nothing.
That's not true. Why does everybody say that?
Y'all don't give a fuck about nothing.
Not true. I think what it is, I have a really big heart.
Yeah.
A very big heart. But once you really do something you're done.
Yeah.
And I can become heartless. I think that's where people get that. I've been told that before. That's not the first time I heard that. Nonchalant, don't give a fuck. Yeah. And that's not true. It's we at one point did give a fuck, was fucked over, so now we don't give a fuck.
I got you.
So that's just, I don't know, I can't say that about your mom and the mother of your child, but that's just me. I know. Because I get that a lot. Yeah.
No, it's all over your face. I'm going to be honest. But I will say this, though.
I care about this podcast, so don't think I don't give a
fuck. But, so do you harbor any, sort of resentment towards him for that?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird to say. I actually thank him for that.
Yeah.
I would not, honestly, the life I have lived since him, I wouldn't change it. honestly. So I'm just like, damn. I feel like, unfortunately, I had to learn that lesson in order to get where I am today. I definitely, but once there was a lot of signs at that point to leave him before all of that went down. I chose to ignore them. So, sometimes you get biting ass when you touch the stove. So it's like, damn. So I wasn't upset, but.
Still sucks though, right?
Yeah, it does. It's just like, damn.
And then you went to, you said you went through like depression and everything.
Yeah, because I had to still get up. I had to go to work. And I had to, see the doctor I worked for with a whole belly. And I'm just like, this is just, because at one point I felt like I was rejected. I was like, okay, this man does not want me. Yeah. This child does not want me. So I'm being rejected from everything. So I was just like, oh, okay. So that's when a rejection problem developed. So I was just like, okay, well, nobody or nothing wants me. Like, I can't have a marriage, can't have a baby, can't have anything. So I fell into like a really deep depression stage. And my doctor who did the surgery and all that, she recommended me to go see a therapist, which I was just like, that's for crazy people. Yeah. But at the time, my mind was very young and immature. Right. I commend anybody to go see a therapist because it definitely helps. And the therapist, basically, she wanted to start back from like my life from like when I was a baby, and I'm just like, well, shit, I don't fucking know all that. Like, I honestly don't remember anything before the age of 12. Yeah. It's like it's blacked out. I don't remember. But she was able to figure things out about me that made me very uncomfortable. I was like, huh? Like, what made you, like, she was like diagnosing me with these conditions. I'm like, huh? Like, no, like, I don't think I'm all that. I don't think I'm any of that. But she was right. Like, she said I had it's not really like a problem, but she said that I was ultra independent, which I actually looked that up. And I was like, what is that? And it's just something that it's kind of like a defense mechanism. You put your guard up and you protect yourself from being hurt from anybody or anything. And I definitely agree with her on that, because.
You know what's so funny? What? It's so crazy that you just said that right now, because one of the questions that we talked about it was the independent thing. And that was going to be like my follow-up after that. Do you feel like independence is a form, is independence in like some women, or in your case, is a product of insecurities?
It is. But where my being too independent comes from is for never being able to depend on people. Yeah. I always depend on myself. Now, I have like friends and family I can depend on, but like, you can ask any of my friends, you can ask my mom, like, I will not call them for anything because I've just developed being so let down. Yeah. I've become too independent, and it's something I'm trying to work on. I'm trying to work on it, because you can't be like that, but it's happened over and over. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to depend on myself mentally, financially, spiritually, everything, like religiously, because I can only depend on Chelsey. So I've always stuck with that. Always stuck with that. I'm trying to work on it though, because you can't be like that. I've told guys that that's a turn off, being too independent. I'm just like, okay, well, I mean, what do you want me to do? Like, so.
Guys told you that's a turn off, being too independent?
Not like sometimes like guys will want to like pay for things. I'm like, no, I got it. It's okay. Yeah. Because I've been in relationships where it never happened. So I was used to it, and I'm trying to get used to stuff like that, huh?
Broke niggas.
I mean, I wouldn't say they were broke, but I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Like slightly broke. Like broke energy, I get it.
But yeah, I was just like, okay, well, I guess, I'll just do it myself. But I've had guys like, nah, you too independent. I can't do it that. Because I've learned, like, I'm not submissive at all. Yeah. And my friends tell me, like, girl, you need to be more submissive. I'm like, this why, though? Like, for what? And I think that just comes from being just too independent. It's something I'm working on, for sure.
You just haven't met the right man.
Probably.
Yeah. There's a nigga out here that's going to make your ass submissive.
Yeah, no, I know. And my friend tells me, she's like, you're going to meet your match one day. I'm just like, well, until he comes, I'm that bitch, so whatever.
Right. Nah, for real, straight up.
Yeah, she tells me all the time, she's like, somebody's going to put you in your place. I'm like, well, no one has yet. So until then, like, it is what it is.
So you said earlier you felt rejected and everything. Like, you can, like you said, so are you able to have kids?
Yeah, I am. And that's what scared me at the time, because I'm like, I'm fucking 23. Like, this happens to women who were like 40, and she had to do all these tests, and she said it was just something that happened. So women can actually be born with cysts on their ovaries. Yeah. They don't harm you until they rupture. Yeah. And for some reason, she doesn't know how long mine has been there, but me being pregnant made it rupture. So she's basically saying like the pregnancy kind of saved her life. I don't know. But I asked her after I was healed and everything, I was like, can we do like some tests? I want to make sure like I'm not like sick or nothing. Completely healthy, like no issues. Like I was like, she was like, this happens very, very common. I said, okay, cool. Like, cause I ain't got time to be trying to do all this extra just to have a kid, but completely healthy. She said you should not have any issues with like having kids in the future. I was like, okay. Cause that did scare me. I was 23, like, 23, so I'm thinking I can never have kids, but no, yeah. I figured that out real quick.
You giving me real rich auntie energy as well.
I get that all the time.
That's how you trying to be right now?
Honestly, yeah.
No,
I have nothing but nieces and nephews, and it's just like, I'm literally the auntie with no. I have a younger sister who's 22. She's just like wilding out right now, but she doesn't have kids. But the rest of my siblings, kids, like they all, it's like 2, 2, and 2, and I'm just the auntie that is always there. Like I show up, I'm always like extra dramatic. I'm definitely that auntie, but I don't want to be that. I don't want to be rich auntie forever.
Yeah. So you want to have kids?
Yes.
When are you thinking?
I don't know. I told myself whenever God decides to let me have a kid, I'm game. Yeah. Because I at one point I wasn't, I didn't have it. So if it just happens one day, great. But like I'm not out here just like, oh, like you want a baby? You want a baby? Like no. But I feel like maybe before 30. Yeah. I don't want to be like 31 trying to have kids, because it does get harder when you are 30.
It does, especially for the woman. Yeah, I do have a biological clock, so it's important.
So it's just like, my dad just had a kid at 57, so guys can have kids forever.
Legend.
Yeah.
Man,
I have a 2-year-old sister. It's crazy.
You heard my story. Shit, my brother is 21 years older than me. So but you'll be 23 years older, right? Wow. Yeah. You're going to be like his... Or what is it? You said brother, right?
Sister. Yeah.
So you'll be like a damn near mom.
Fucking old as hell,
yeah.
I was just like, damn. So she's 2, and I'm just like, I have a 2-year-old sister.
Yeah.
I went from having a 15-year-old sister to a 2-year. I'm like, Dad, like, can you wrap it up? Like, what the fuck? 57? Like, he's a granddad.
Yeah.
Still having kids. I'm like, damn, men have it so easy these days. That's crazy.
Always in the history of men, we've had it easy.
So easy. I'm like, fuck. Like, when can men experience this shit?
Yeah, and I think that's why I'm so protective over like our black women nowadays, or just our women, period, but specifically our black women. Like that's why I'm so protective over y'all nowadays.
Good, a lot of men ain't.
Yeah, and I think they are, but I think they just
immature right now.
Immature, and it's just like a thing about a man is, and a lot of people wouldn't agree with this, but they just have something in them in regards. Like, so don't confuse it. I think the regular, the normal black man doesn't seek to hurt. It's just through his actions, he'll do it, if that makes sense. So, like, during the times when I was a cheater, right? I was a cheater.
I was a cheater.
So, in the times when I cheated, I never intended to hurt the woman. I was just being, in that moment, a man.
Yeah.
But
you wanted your cake.
Yeah, I wanted my cake. I wanted
it too.
And listen, when I tell you, when she got her fucking cake back, she got that shit back.
Really?
Kill me. I was ready to
Why is that though? Like, why is it men will do whatever, and like obviously women we take them back, but when the woman does something, it's like you done shot him in the leg.
Listen.
It's crazy.
I can dish that shit out all day, but I can't take it.
Really?
I cannot take it. I'll be honest. Like, I cannot take it. I'll be somewhere listening to Usher and fucking, I don't know.
Brent Fayez.
Yeah, like, just.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't take it. I wrote a whole book about it. That's how much I can't take it. It's called To Be Human. No, it's called The Cursed Ones. I wrote a whole book about women cheating on me.
Wow.
Knowing that I was a whole cheater.
That's so crazy to me. That is so crazy how guys are like that. Like, there's not all men, because I don't like to say all men. I like to say some.
Most. I'm gonna say most. Like everybody that I know, my little pool, but I get this billions of people, but my little pool of men.
Pool of friends?
Yeah, it's all of them. Everybody was a cheater at one point. Every single one of them. I don't know one that hadn't been a cheater. At some point in their life, I don't know one. I swear.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you know women that never cheated?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
You ever cheated?
I have. Purposely.
Purposely?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll admit it. I don't care because, and it's funny because I'm thinking of who it was with. It's so funny. But, like I didn't do it to like, I was interested in someone. I wanted to get back at my ex. And it's definitely like immature. Like I would never do it again. Yeah. It was a very stupid decision, but I ended up never even telling him though. So it was just like, what was the point of that? Yeah. But I wanted to get back because I was very just, you know, upset, angry, mad. Like it was so many emotions going through. Yeah. And I was trying to get revenge. You
got your get back? You want to tell us about that? How did that happen?
My gift.
Yeah, you got your get back. Your get back.
What do you mean I got my get back?
You got your get back when what he done to you. You got your revenge.
I mean, yeah. Once I did it, I was just like, oh, like is this okay? Well, whatever. Yeah. And I never told him. So.
I mean, you said on your podcast. Is this your first time saying it?
No, he knows. No, not he knows, but he knows now. He didn't know at the time. Gotcha. He didn't know when it happened. Yeah. Like I never told him. So I was just like, what was the like? I didn't gain anything from doing that.
He probably never fucking knew.
And this, I hate to say this, but some guys be dumb when they try to cheat.
Yeah.
Girls can be. I don't know. Really. Girls can be real smart when it comes to that. Like it's weird saying that, but some guys really just be like, they just let it out. I'm like, oh, you wanted to get caught.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, niggas dumb. You know what it is though? This is why niggas get caught. I'm gonna tell you why. Like we be so caught up in, because no girl is actually, it's very few women that's gonna actually accept like, oh, you got a girlfriend, but I still want to deal with you. There's very few women that's gonna accept that, right? So we got to spend so much time treating this woman as if she the only one, and treating this one as if she the only one, and we get caught up in it, and that's how we get caught so easy. But y'all dealing with men who don't give a damn if you got a boyfriend.
They don't. Listen.
He'll eat your ass and everything.
It's fucking crazy because when I go out, I purposely like wear my little promise ring I got for myself on my ring finger so people don't approach me.
Yeah.
They don't care.
They don't care.
I'd be like, oh, I'm engaged. I'm married. I'm like, okay, well, we can be friends. Yeah. I'm like,
let me get your number.
Okay. Like, I'm just like, damn, so you don't care.
Yeah.
You don't care. And then one of my friends, like, oh, she has 3 kids and a whole man. They don't care.
They ready to be stepdad.
I'm like, God damn. Like, what?
Yeah.
So that's very bold to me. But I personally feel like girls who are side chicks, they are winning more than their girlfriend.
Talk to me.
I did a debate on that, and a lot of people didn't agree with it, but I was like, no, like, you have to understand, like, let's say, you know, a guy and a girl, they're dating, and then he got this side chick, he's spending more time, like, the side chick ain't got to deal with all that BS shit. Like, if he cheats, if the girlfriend finds out about the side chick, the girlfriend has to deal with all that. Side chick can go on about her business. Yeah. Like, all right, on to the next. Y'all figure out what y'all doing. And I don't know like the situation, they could or couldn't live together. But I was telling my friend, I was like, this dude, like, let's say him and the girl or his girlfriend are arguing, and you know she don't want to give him none. He can just go to his side chick. So it's just like side chicks. I mean, in some way, I'm not condoning it. Yeah. Let's would never be a side chick.
Out. We can do that.
No,
we can do that.
I would never condone being a side chick. But with our generation, it just seems like they getting more attention.
Yeah, they get the attention. They get the gifts.
They get more and more attention. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Yeah. Like. I've know a couple of my friends are side chicks. I'm like, girl, you really? Yeah. Because some girls be like, oh, I'm not trying to mess up a happy home. Some girls don't give a fuck.
They don't give a damn. Yeah.
You could have just got married and y'all just came back from a honeymoon and girls don't care.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Nah, I know. Listen.
That's just wild to me. I'm just like, damn, like you really gonna do the do? She's like, his girlfriend ain't saying. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I think with like anything, there's certain variables, but for the most part, yeah. I mean, if that's the place where you comfortable being. I know women that get cheated on, like, and they're happy with that. They content with just being cheated on all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean.
So it just all depends on your mindset, too.
You're very right. It depends on the woman and the mindset and that, I guess, that couple's understanding. Yeah. But for me, no.
It's a no.
It's a no.
So you cheated on your man. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about you now. I'm going to be honest.
I mean, it's okay.
I don't know.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah, it wasn't a mistake. You just said you did it on purpose. You just said you did it on purpose.
I'm saying when I did it, I wasn't proud of it.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, oh, girl, I cheated. I felt really bad. I was like, did I really just do that? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, not even a little bit. You weren't even like, yeah, I got this nigga. Hell yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
Felt bad.
Was the sex better?
No.
It wasn't? You fucking lost. You lost. What?
It was just like, damn.
It was pointless. It was pointless. I hope that guy watched this podcast. Both of them.
Probably not. I think one of them has me. I think the guy it was with, I think he has me blocked.
So, because you ghosted him and everything, that's one of the guys you ghosted? Damn,
but this was like,
who are you?
I know, it's bad. Like, I will ghost you so quick, just like, all right. But that was like almost 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, I got you. Got you. You kind of a legend.
No.
You sure your name ain't T?
No, I'm not a legend at all.
I mean, I think you're a legend.
No.
I'll be honest. You're doing legendary things.
How is that legendary?
I think it's legendary because, listen, nigga played you. You got your get back. You know. Then you got your get back with the guy. Then you ghosted him. That's kind of like some legendary shit. Like, I mean, you know, it could be, some people would call it different. Some people would say other things, but I'm going to say legendary. You know, that's what I feel. Because in the moments, guess what? You took control of your life.
Yeah.
And even though it could have been something that people deem as wrong or whatever, you know, the standard to society is, but you done something in that point that was beneficial to you and that you feel like you wanted to do. You took control of your life. You didn't allow your circumstances to consume you. And you say, all right, this is what I'm going to do. And you made your choice, you know. Do you regret any of that shit?
I don't have any regrets. Yeah. No.
Fucking right.
Made my bed, laid in it. Like, it is what it is. Like, because then if I regret stuff, it stays on my mind, and I don't want anything I've done in the past to. Because obviously, where I am today, I can't complain. So obviously, whatever I did in the past was going to happen, or I guess meant to happen.
So looking back in the past on all these things that, you know, happened to you up until this point, like, if you can go back now and, you know, talk to your younger self, what would you tell your younger self?
I would say, I'm going to say when I was like 15, 16, I would say you are beautiful in your own skin. Yeah. It took me a while to get to that point. Yeah. Just because, you know, I was telling my friend, I was like, girl, I really felt ugly before. Like, even with the guy I was with, I did not feel like I was actually beautiful inside out until like 2 years ago. Damn. I know. And obviously, to me, beauty is not like on the outside. Like, okay, appearance is great, but if you don't love yourself on the inside, you're really just ugly. Yeah. And it took me, she was like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, because I'm always like flashy, always taking pictures, trying to look cute. But up until 2 years ago, I did not feel, you know, where I was at. So if I could tell my 16-year-old self, girl, like, you are beautiful in your own skin, like, be proud of that. I feel like a lot of things would have went differently for me. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah.
Nah, I'm with that. I think what I would tell myself is similar to the same thing. As kids, we deal with so much, and a lot of things that people don't know is that, or people don't understand, is that the majority of the influences in your life that shape you and mold you come from other kids, your own peers. Yeah. So we live in the moments and we deal with that. Like, me going back is just like, I would tell myself, just like, shut all of that shit out. Yeah. Like, shut it out. And, you know, I'm glad that you're in a space now to where you finally feel, you know, beautiful. You are a beautiful young woman.
Thank you.
You know, you definitely are. And I'm glad you're in a space now where you finally, you know, feel that. Right. And all them niggas that called you ugly, like you said, they in your fucking DMs.
Literally, I'm just like, delete.
You should play with them. You should be like, you should like, wait, hear me out. You should talk to him, right? You should talk to him and be like, yeah, you know, like, I'll give you my number and everything, and give him like a little number, and you converse with him and all of that.
A fake number.
Or a fake number, or not even a fake number. You can give him like the text-free number, and you converse. Oh, can we just talk in here? And like, yeah, like, you know, make them cash app you lunch and stuff like that. Just use them, pimp them.
See, I can't do that.
Can't pimp?
I can't do that. I be asking some people, I'm like, how do y'all juggle different men? Like, I can't do that. Yeah. Like, I literally can't. And like, and what most guys be like, oh, you probably got a lot of these in your DM. Yeah, but I'm not replying to them. Yeah, like, so I honestly, like, when I get DMs like that, I just block them. It's so bad. Yeah. But, it's just like, I don't know.
That's the way to stay sane.
Yeah.
Because niggas bring problems. Because
getting caught up with dudes can really can fuck you up. Yeah. So I'm just like, okay, let me keep my tunnel vision clear and focus on what matters.
So what does the future look like for you?
What do you mean? Like,
in regards to career, life, whatever?
I'm very happy in my career. I don't want to leave anytime soon because I just got a race. I just kind of want to stay for a minute. Gotcha. I don't know as far as like everything else. I do want to travel more. As far as like relationship, I don't know. There is someone
Oh shit.
We like each other, but it's just very. It's very like complicated.
Complicated? Or?
Yeah, like complicated.
I got you.
Like I would have to like. It would be a big change in my life. So I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah. But so I'm thinking about it. This person, like, they may be worth it, but it's a matter of just like like, you know, I would have to make a big move, big change. And I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do that.
And I think you're in a space of your life where you're loving yourself. You're loving on yourself. And that's the important part.
Yeah.
You know, love on yourself.
It's very, like, self-love is very important to me. Like, if you don't have that, you ain't got nothing.
I got you. I'm glad you came by today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Austin.
No, you did a great job. And also, I do want to say the podcast again is Authenticity Room.
Yes.
The Authenticity Room?
Yeah.
Okay. The Authenticity Room. Right. Yeah. No, that's a great name for a podcast. How many episodes you got?
Oh, God. So, maybe 50.
50? Oh, you in the game.
But somehow, I don't know. I told him, I was like, I took back in October, I took a hiatus, took a break, because I just wanted to get my mind back right. And I didn't feel comfortable getting on the mic, preaching to people. Yeah. And I'm not practicing it myself. I would feel like a hypocrite. So I gave myself a break. So I had 3 seasons, but for some reason, a lot of the episodes just deleted. Yeah. I don't know. I have to figure that out. But it's about 49 or 50.
Gotcha.
So it's a lot.
Listen, the sinners are the best teachers. Like when you living in the moment, don't feel like a hypocrite when you living in the moment.
Every episode is about an experience that happened, whether it's a good or bad one.
Yeah. Like tell your story. You go out, and that's good. You kind of went out, lived a little more, and now you coming back to give them the game, give them the love. Yeah. You should get on camera too. I think you got a great face for camera.
I don't know. I kind of hate being on camera.
I got you. Roscoe was like that at first too.
But it's I think it would be different. And it's funny because I'm always trying to take pictures. I'm always trying to take videos. I'm literally always in the camera. Yeah. But when it comes to this, I'm like, you know, have my face.
I got you.
It's so weird because I'm very bubbly and very, very social. So I'm just I don't know why I get so nervous with stuff like that.
You're also a pimp.
I'm not.
Established that on this podcast today. You're a pimp player.
I am not. I am far from a pimp. I wouldn't know the first thing about pimping, honestly.
I got you. I can teach you. You know, that's why I went to college.
I don't want to be a pimp.
Okay. Yeah. I went to college for pimping. That's what I went for. That's a fact. Everybody know. Yeah.
That's really funny.
That's true. It's true though. It's just that's my life. It's just the truth.
A pimp.
The Authenticity Room. Great name. Great podcast. Great story, actually.
Thank you.
You got a great fucking story. Listen, to only be 25, you have been through a lot. And you're going to go do some more.
I know. I honestly, I wake up every day, I'm like, okay, what's going to happen today? If whatever's going to happen, you're going to be good. It's fine. It's okay. Because you just never know, what real life's going to hit you. But I'm prepared for it. Yeah. I'm mentally prepared for whatever hits me.
You seem like you got a good head on your shoulders.
I try to.
Keep on putting out that black girl magic.
I try to.
Absolutely. Listen, this is the ChoppedByT podcast where we get real, raw, authentic conversations. Until next time.
I'm so glad I got my own, still getting money.